So then guys, welcome back to NCBHP. I've got a pretty good video for you today. So we've got my friend, he's just taken delivery of an M135i, comparing it to the GTI Polo because they are pretty similar money. This is a 3 litre, that's a 2 litre, this has 350 brake horse I believe, mine only has 200, so for the same money you can get quite an excessive engine compared to what I've got. However, me being 21, the insurance costs on something like this is quite astronomical compared to a Polo GTI. It's almost double, so we'll compare the two cars and see which comes out best. This is a 64 plate BMW M135i compared to my 19 plate Polo GTI, just the standard one, not the GTI Plus. Two good looking cars together, to be honest, two great hot hatches. This is more of a super hot hatch, the BMW, compared to mine, with it being so much more powerful and torquey. The other difference then, we have a front wheel drive car in the VW, and in the BMW a rear wheel drive, pretty mad, silly fast BMW to compare. So I'll take you around to the back of the car. We'll probably do a rev match as well, see which comes out better. So my Polo and the lovely back of the M135i. So lovely exhaust tips on it as well, and they make some absolute racket, so we'll compare the noise in a minute. One thing I do regret not spending the extra money on getting something like the M135i or maybe an M140i is the noise that you get in this thing compared to my Polo. It's just unbeatable. The pops and cracks that come out of this when it's revving, it is fantastic. And this has a standard exhaust system on it as well. There's no upgrades as such. There's no upgrades, is there, Tom? No, so both cars are pretty much standard apart from my spoiler. And when we get in the cars, I'll have a word with Tom as well because he's got quite a few plans. And we have a helicopter. But anyway, we'll get into it then. I'll probably start with Tom's car because he can take you through it and why he bought this and what the other options he was looking at. And then I'll let you know. I think you already know from the previous video. If you've not already watched it, go have a look why I bought this over its competitors. Right, so this is my mate Tom. We actually work just over the road together. We're at Leeds Bradford Airport. If anyone wants to get some good pictures of the cars, it's quite a view up here. So Tom, why did you buy an M135i?
Well, I've always loved BMW. My dad back in the day had a 525i, A-Reg, or was it B-Reg? But still pulled like a train, really, really good. And a classic. And I just thought, you know, from having a Honda Japanese, I thought I'd go for German. Yeah,
because you had a Civic Type R last, didn't you? How old was that?
17 years, the old black EP3.
Made a good noise though, didn't it? And Tom actually did a road trip, 3,000 mile road trip, so maybe I can get on the next one with him and we'll take the two cars.
Definitely, yeah.
But what else were you looking at then? What else was in your bracket?
A lot of the older cars, like the old classic R32s, Golfs.
Yeah, they're good value for money as well these days with the, you know.
But again, they're still kind of older cars, and I was thinking possibly just to kind of upgrade and get something new, something modern. Something with the times. Maybe
sounds better than an M140i, but
yeah, and also I think it was the earlier versions of the M135is that there's something about the engine that was made to be quieter and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure what it was.
Well, I mean, this thing's definitely not quiet. It makes an absolute racket. We'll start them both up in a minute. What have you got with the car then? Are you going to do out to it external?
Just little bits really. Just I was thinking just to get the front skirt maybe.
Yeah.
And then like the rear
yeah, I think
diffuser.
Yeah, I think it definitely needs a spoiler as well, doesn't
and then
it?
The spoiler as well, yeah.
I love the colour though, and especially with the contrasting wing mirrors.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. That's what kind of swayed me towards this colour.
What about the wheels? Would you change them or are you going to keep them? Do you know what I'd do? Being honest, I'd just get them changed black. I'd keep the same wheel and just get them changed black, like save some money.
These split kind of rims. But yeah, black goes well with this car. So
yeah, and they only come on the M Performance kind of models of them.
Yeah.
For those who haven't already watched the video and don't know why I bought the Polo GTI over its competitors, I'll get into that now. So basically, I'm 21 years old and, you know, buying a car of this performance caliber kind of, and trying to afford it. You know, I have a part-time job during the summer. Unfortunately, at the minute I don't because of coronavirus. But at the time, you know, I was thinking maybe this wouldn't last as long. So getting something like the M135i, it's a 3 litre engine and drinks petrol for fun compared to this. It's fairly economical. I mean, if you put your foot down and drive it like a loon and have it in sport mode all the time, it can be pretty costly. I think when in the first week I put about 100 quid's worth of fuel in, so I was just driving here, there and everywhere. But this car is pretty affordable to say it's a hot hatch, and especially if you have it in the eco modes as well, it's pretty similar to having a normal Polo just a normal Polo with the standard engine in it. Also as well, getting this for me over the Golf GTI or a Golf R, the insurance was just so much cheaper. I'm talking half the price. So I think I paid about £1,000 on this car for the insurance, whereby on a Golf R or Golf GTI it would have been about £2,000 to £2,500, which is quite excessive for insurance when you think about it. If you're buying a car, you get residual value back if you sell it. With insurance, you're just kissing goodbye to that money. And for a 21-year-old who's a part-time worker and part-time student, it's pretty costly to just stump up £2 a year for insurance. So I don't regret buying this car at all. However, when Tom starts his car, the sound difference in these two is quite astronomical. It does make me a bit jealous. Maybe I'll, you know, the next car I get, I don't know how long I'm planning on keeping this car, but hopefully I might get a 3 litre like Tom. So we'll start both cars and give them both a rev and you can compare. Let me know in the comments which you think's better. I already know I'm going to take the L, but some of you might prefer the sort of like turbo noise on mine, but I'm sure you won't. So we'll get round to the back of the car then and we'll give them some revs and Tom can embarrass me. I mean, the sound on that's just phenomenal. I hope it picks up on camera as well as it sounds in real life, because that is absolutely unbelievable. And this is a standard exhaust as well. There's no exhaust on this car. So are you going to get an exhaust, Tom, maybe?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, that'll just be so antisocial. I'm sure your neighbours will absolutely love you after that.
They'll love
Right, so we'll get over to my Polo GTI. I don't even want to do it now. Bit embarrassing compared, really, isn't it? It's actually, I didn't realise it's got a soft limiter on it as well at 4,000 RPM, which I actually didn't know about because I've revved it before and I don't think I've tried revving it as far. But I don't know why cars come with soft limiters this day. VW and Audi obviously are doing them, but hey ho, probably get that changed. Right, so we're in Tom's M135i now. I'm sat in the back, social distancing measures are in place for anyone who's concerned. Tom, you don't have coronavirus, do you?
Oh, I certainly don't know.
No, I think I might, so you might want to keep your distance.
Fair enough.
Right, so we're just going to go for a quick lap. So some nice national speed limits around here, and we'll get my reaction of Tom's car. Tom's pretty new to it, so we're not going to hoon it, and I'm pretty new to my car, so we're not going to go write them off or get pulled over by the police. But it'll be nice just to see sort of like the torque in this compared. Turn left. So this is a rear wheel drive. Bloody hell. Fucking hell. It's not slow, is it? I'm gonna have to bleep my reaction. Yeah, so this is a rear wheel drive car. It is pretty dry, so it should be alright, but I don't want it spinning out. Yeah, just go straight on. But yeah, this is, oh mate, the torque in the back here, my stomach's literally going. It's like I'm on a roller coaster. Jeez. Oh my god, maybe I do regret buying the Polo GTI over one of these things. So the interior wise, then, it's quite smart. It's typical BMW, well laid out, well put together. Would you agree that it looks a bit dated now though? Just a tiny bit?
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
I think what would make it better if it had the bigger screen, you know, like you get in the new ones.
Yeah, and the new ones, the screen's bigger.
Yeah, and obviously Tom's got a nice little hula lady there.
But all the mod cons are really, really good.
Well, I mean, aircon and everything. Yeah, yeah. I mean, BMW at the time were kind of ahead of the game, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Can you feel it, honestly?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Right, give it a right here. Have you been up here before?
Once or twice.
Yeah, just be careful, it's very narrow. Right, you find this way. Have you swung the back end out yet?
Not yet, no. No.
Private car park for that, I think.
Yeah. Well, a very, very definitely dry day.
The noise on this thing in here though as well, it's ridiculous compared to mine. Like, it's so much more like mean and grumbly.
It is,
mine's,
I do like it.
Yeah, mine's more of like sort of like a turbo noise. Obviously this is a 3 litre, mine's a 2 litre, it's quite uncomparable. However, with the two cars being kind of a similar price, well, pretty much the same price, weren't they? You know, it's nice to see what I could have got for my money. However, obviously that's without, you know, filtering in running costs. Right, yeah. We've got a national speed limit. Oh my god, even that little blip, like, it's just instant, isn't it?
It does pick up, yeah, and that's just even in comfort mode as well.
Oh my, right, take a right, swing a right.
What I do like about it, that is, you can hear it when you kind of put your foot down, but it's still quite quiet. If I got a new exhaust, I wouldn't want it to be too loud, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, just to kind of ruin
yeah, because like when you're just driving it, oh my days, shine a light, that is so quick, bloody hell, mate, that is ridiculous. And especially for a rear wheel drive car,
yeah,
don't half put its power down, doesn't it? That's what mine kind of struggles with. That instant when you want to, you know, put your foot down, right, swing a right here at the lights. When you want to put your foot down, it just skids all over the place with it being front wheel drive, but this
That's
just
what I'm
absolutely
about it,
flies.
Being, you know, rear wheel drive, it seems to kind of handle all right, you know.
Yeah.
Do it all right.
Well, obviously keep the traction control firmly on.
Yeah, that's
So then, as Tom just stepped in my car, he made a passing comment that it smells very nice. So, car aromas, if you are looking for designer fragrances for your car, these are from Car Aromas. If you use NCBHP 10 in the discount box, you will receive 10% off your order. They're about a £5, so £4.50 without delivery. Delivery is about 90p, so well worth getting. I think they do Dior Sauvage, pretty sure they do Creed. And even my girlfriend approves of this, and she does not approve of most of the air fresheners that I get because she said they are ridiculously sweet. So yeah, get over to Car Aromas for that and use the discount code to receive 10% off your order. You ready for a little blip?
Yeah, go for it.
It's not slow, is it?
No, 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 it's...
I mean, compared to yours, it is pretty slow. You ready?
Yep.
I mean, compared to yours, it's a lot less torquey, and this car quite kind of struggles to put its power down. With it being front wheel drive, it does skid to start with, so when you're launching it or whatever, you know, it does struggle to stick its power down. And if it was 4-wheel drive like in the Golf R, it probably would be a lot quicker. Stick some aircon on, it's a bit wild.
Yeah, I think the Golf R's are pretty quick compared to even to mine.
Yeah, with it being a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, yeah, it just picks up really quickly. You're all right.
Yeah, it was sound.
Yeah, it's got a nice. I can hear a nice exhaust note from the back.
What do you think from the...
I really like it from the inside. It sounds very nice.
It is just a nice place to be though, isn't it? It's, you know, very modern.
Yeah, yeah, and you, like mine, you said it's comfy. This one's very comfy.
Yeah.
And it's set out pretty well. I was gonna say lovely dash, but yes, it does pick up though.
It does pick up well,
I do like it, yeah.
I am not disappointed that I didn't get a Golf in the end. I am definitely happy with this car and all that it brings. And I think for the money that I've saved, not going the extra bit and getting a Golf as well, you know, I've plenty of room to do loads of improvements to this car. It does sound nice, doesn't it, when it's in its sporty setting?
It does, yeah, it sounds really, really good. Can
I just say as well, Tom just informed me that he didn't even have his car in sport mode. That was in the normal mode, and it was absolutely ludicrous. So, I dread to think what it's like in the sport mode. We'd have probably been wrapped around that tree, wouldn't we?
Be in a field somewhere, just spinning and spinning and spinning.
Straight rocket off the top. Interesting then, Tom. Would you get one of these?
Let me say, if I was your age,
yeah, I was just about to say
in
that.
your shoes,
yeah.
It's a really lovely car to start off with. It's got the power, and it looks pretty kind of, I'm not saying
basic or anything, but it's got that kind of sporty look to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it does appeal to kind of
German,
younger guys.
isn't it? It's very German inside.
Yeah, definitely. But all around, it doesn't look too bad on the outside, like regards to if a car, you know, with the shapes and stuff like that, and angles and stuff.
Does need some improvements though, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's just obviously, you know, what you can kind of do.
We've got stuff coming, people. We've got the spoiler,
yeah.
We've got wing mirror caps coming tomorrow, I think, and headlight eyebrows, and then other bits and bats that I'm planning on doing with wrapping the roof. We'll get there with it, and we'll make it look like it should have done from factory. And you know, it is personal preference. A lot of people like the OEM look. However, for me, I think it just needs that extra bit of aggression to make it look more like a fully fledged GTI car. But until then, we'll stick with it OEM and just keep adding little bits to it. Would you say that at your age you wouldn't get one of these over, say, a Golf GTI, a Golf R, M135i?
Well, it's quite a tough one, because when you start getting the hot hatches, they're all kind of really good in their own way, you know. Like I said, I really like the kind of like the obviously generally German cars are good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've always liked
Germans smash the hot hatches. They literally have the best hot hatches, don't they?
But I do like the BMWs. I've always liked them. I'm a fan of them. Also, it's a toughie. I would have possibly gone with a Golf, but just like the M135, M140 range have just kind of swayed me.
Coming into this, I have a little bit of comfort knowing that I'm not going to pull out of a corner.
Yeah, and
you know, put a bit too much power down for getting its rear wheel drive, and having to try drift it back into going in a straight line. Yeah, absolutely. So maybe for me, as sort of like a first hot hatch, it was a good idea getting this with it being front wheel drive and not something that's 300, 350 brake horse. Sort of like a learning car, I guess, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And like you said, you can kind of learn about all the modifications and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The actual,
yeah, very much so. And like I can experiment with, you know, doing a few bits and bobs.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm really impressed with it as a Polo GTI.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
So that wraps up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed comparing a BMW 135i to a Polo GTI. Let me know in the comments which one you choose. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.